Today we will learn forces between two parallel current carrying wires. Forces between two parallel current carrying wire. Here we have considered two parallel wire and current in same direction. But mind, there is no external magnetic field. There is no external magnetic field. Even if there is no external magnetic field, force will act between two parallel wires. So yesterday we have learned that if a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, that current carrying conductor experiences a force. Now since there is no magnetic field, how the force acts? So here from Biot-Savart's law we have learned that a current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. So if we consider force on wire 1, this is, let this be wire number 1 and let this be wire number 2. So this wire number 1 where I1 current is passing and I2 current, the wire number 2 provide magnetic field to I1. So the wire number 2 provides magnetic field to wire number 1, and yesterday we learned that if a current carrying wire is in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. Now this wire number 2 produces magnetic field for wire number 1, and since the wire number 1 is in a magnetic field which is produced by wire number 2, so it will experience a force. Fine. And similarly wire number 1 will produce a magnetic field for wire number 2, and now wire number 2 having current and magnetic field is provided by wire number 1, so it will experience also a force as we learned yesterday. So from Fleming's, let us consider for wire number 1. So force in wire number 1. So force, what we have learned, कि force is equal to B current into L, where L is the length through which the magnetic field is acting. So let us consider this length. We are concerned with this length only, this much length only. Clear? So this much length will experience this much force, and who will provide magnetic field? Magnetic field will provide this wire number 2, and the wire having very large length or very long length, magnetic field produced by that wire we get from Biot-Savart's law or Ampere circuit law, and it is your mu naught current, and current in I2 wire number 2 is I2, mu naught I2 divided by 2 pi, and separation, and separation is, if separation is d between these two wires, so separation will be d. So this wire will produce a magnetic field at a distance d is this much, and this wire is producing everywhere this much field, mu naught I2 by 2 pi d. So this much magnetic field is provided by wire number 2 to wire number 1, and wire number 1 is having current I1, so it will experience a force, and that force is given by this formula. And for I1 I am writing I1 and L. So your force per unit length is equal to mu naught into I2 into I1 divided by 2 pi d. Clear? So force per unit length is mu naught into I2 into I1, I am writing I2 into I1 divided by 2 pi d. Clear? Now let's see what is the force in wire number 2. So let it be F2. So again B, magnetic field, and what is the current in wire number 2? It is I2. And if we consider this much length, that is L, this much length, then it is going to be L. So force experienced by the wire number 2 is B, and who will provide B? Wire number 1. This time wire number 1 will provide B for wire number 2. So what will be the value of B? From Biot-Savart's law or Ampere circuit law, we can write that B is equal to mu naught into, this time I1 is providing your magnetic field, and formula is, and separation is also D here, because parallel wire, and everywhere the separation is D. So everywhere the magnetic field will be mu naught I by 2 pi d. This is the magnetic field which is being provided by wire number 1, and into I2, current in I2, and into length. So force per unit length is going to be mu naught into I1 into I2 divided by 2 pi d. So magnitude of force is equal for both wire number force per unit length for wire number 1 as well as wire number 2. So force per unit length for both the wire is mu naught I2 I1 divided by 2 pi d, and force per unit length for wire number 2 is also mu naught I1 into I2 divided by 2 pi d. Now let's find the direction. So for direction, from right hand thumb rule, we can see that for wire number 1, the magnetic field will be directed into the plane, going into the plane. So so magnetic field, for magnetic field we can get and symbol of magnetic field which is into the plane is cross, and to get the direction of force we have to take our palm in the direction of magnetic field, and your fingers are pointing towards the current, and force is acting this side. So in wire number 1, force is acting in this side. So wire number 1, force is acting in this side. And what is the force acting in wire number 2? Here from right hand thumb rule, the wire number 1 will provide magnetic field, and magnetic field will in upward direction, that is coming out of the plane, So symbol of this field which is coming out of the plane is dot. So here dot field, and to get the direction of the magnetic field we will use right hand palm rule. So our palm will be directed towards the magnetic field, and your magnetic field is directed upward. So your palm will direct it upward, and your finger will direct towards the current. So this is the direction of the current. This is the direction of the current, and your thumb gives the direction of the force. So using right hand palm rule, we can see that force is acting in this direction. So if parallel current in same direction, the force is acting in this direction. So what will happen? If this situation happens, so finally, since the wire is force is acting, it's an attractive force, so they will converge towards each other, and if they are not properly tied at the end, they will come closer to each other. So if the parallel currents having same direction, they will attract each other. So what we learned here, keep two parallel currents are passing, and if the direction of the current is same, then they will attract each other. And similarly, we can say that if the direction of the current are opposite, this is your homework. If the direction of the currents are opposite, that is, one is going in this direction and other is going in this direction, one is going upward and other is going downward, you can easily find that they will repel each other. So opposite current, parallel current repel each other, and similar direction, if the parallel currents have that currents are moving in same direction, they will attract each other, and they will attract with a force which is equal to mu naught into I1 into I2 divided by 2 pi d into L, and force per unit length is your mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi d. Force per unit length is mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi d. So this is a very important derivation, and you must repeatedly you must see the video and prepare this derivation. Okay.